Welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. It was just yesterday during the Indiana Fever's exhibition game against the Brazilian women's national basketball team that I posed the question. I was wondering if people thought the Fever would begin cutting some of the players who have been participating in training camp. So do you think that they'll do that now? Do you think that they'll wait it out till the May 15th deadline? And people said, no, we think they're going to make cuts. And here it is on Monday, just a day later. And yes, cuts have been made. Now, before I share who was cut, I have to say that in my members only live stream on Thursday, we were talking about how I don't know if it's standard for people to really care about players who can be cut. But I was saying I have seen in various comments in various videos that people are saying, man, I really like these. I really like these ladies. I wish we didn't have to cut anyone. And people are loving that we get to see training camp. Then some people were saying the downside of training camp is that because we get to see them in action, we care about them and we don't want anybody not to make the team, but it's just not possible. And so today the Fever announced that Bree Hall out of South Carolina has been waived, and Jillian Alleyne has been waived. She's played in the WNBA, but she's also played, I believe, in Israel and Turkey. And she didn't make the team either. And so they've been waived. Now, I said in my afterthoughts of the preseason game against the Washington Mystics that Bree Hall didn't play, and that I assume that she didn't play because, one, it was clear to the coaching staff that Bree Hall was not going to make the team. Or two, it was clear to the coaching staff that Bree Hall was going to make the team. Or three, she just didn't play her yet because she was going to wait because she had a system. She had a certain number of players who were trying to make the team playing on on Saturday, and then she was going to have a certain number playing on Sunday. Well, she did play on Sunday, but she was cut on Monday. And also Jillian Alleyne, she did not play on Saturday either. So we've got the two players who did not play on Saturday, but both played on Sunday. But those who played on Saturday, those two anyway, did not make the team. Now, obviously, Damaris Dantas did not play either days, but she had been away with a death in the family, so she missed probably half of training camp or more, and so she didn't play, but it was for personal family reasons. I assume it was family. So I get the feel. It is it just feels bad, right, that not everybody can make the team. But we've had conversations in the chat, even during yesterday's game, about Bree Hall, and I just found it hard to believe that she was going to make the team. She was drafted 20. And so we had Michaela Timpson at 19, Bree Hall at 20, and then Yvonne Ejim at 33. Now, the decisions still have to be made. As I said before, the training camp began. There are 5 players vying for one spot. And I said then, and I have maintained throughout, and I still maintain that Michaela Timpson from Florida State will make the team. I still believe she will make the team. Where my mind is not so solid anymore is where it pertains to Brianna Turner, because someone had made a comment some time ago that Brianna Turner may not make the team. It may not be it may not be the people we think not making the team. Like, they could keep 2 of the rookies, for example, and then release a Brianna Turner. And it's possible. She didn't play much at all against Brazil. She played 7 minutes against Brazil, didn't take any shots. She did have 4 rebounds, 1 assist, no points, but I'm not sure she's a definite. So I'm not sure anymore. She was originally in my solid 10, and then I said of the 3 rookies, Michaela Timpson would get that 11th spot because of course Indiana has to, because of salary cap, they have to start the season with 11 and then they can pick up someone along the way. But Bree Hall and Jillian Alleyne will not be among the members of this team. Let's go to the box score from yesterday's game against Brazil. I'm going to do some more coverage on that in separate videos, but here you see, I'm sure you've already heard that Indiana won this game 108-44. So let's look at the players who are vying to make this team. I think Natasha Howard is a shoo-in. She had 10 points. I don't want to spend a lot of time on the people who are definitely on this team, and that would be the starters here. And off the bench, like I said, Brianna Turner, that's her line, 7 minutes, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 0 points. Michaela Timpson had 9 points. She went 2 for 4. And she also had, she played 10 minutes, like I said, but she only had 1 rebound. She did have a block. She averaged 3.1 blocks in her senior season at Florida State. I think she's good to go. Now, Yvonne Ejim, she had 6 points in 12 minutes. I was not happy with her at all in Saturday's game, but she did better yesterday. And Jillian had 3 points, but she's obviously been waived. Sydney Colson in 21 minutes. She played the most minutes. 21 minutes. She had 3 points. Sophie had 6 points, but she played less time in this game with Caitlin back and with Sydney getting more minutes. We know Sophie's is good to go. She, balled out for 21 points in Saturday's game against Washington. Jaylen Brown played 15 minutes. She had 2 points. She had four steals though, and 4 assists and 2 rebounds. So that's good. I think she did better on Sunday than she did on Saturday. I was not overly impressed on Saturday, but we'll see what happens with her. And then Lexi, 9 points, and she was the second leading scorer in Saturday's game. I think she had 13 behind 21 from Sophie. Lexi's good to go. I know some people think she could be traded. I'm not one of those people. I think she's good to go. The defense she adds is just off the charts. And the chemistry she has with Caitlin and the team, I think she's fine. And Bree Hall obviously is gone. She had in 16 minutes yesterday, she had 9 points, 4 rebounds, but not enough there. And you know what? When it comes to Bree Hall, I like some others have said, I don't know that you need a Sydney Colson, Sophie Cunningham, Jaylen Brown. I don't know if Jaylen Brown's making the team, but for sure, I don't know that you need Caitlin, Kelsey, and Sydney, and Sophie, and Lexi. I mean, you would have to be off like ridiculously good, and Bree Hall has not obviously shown the team that she is that. And then, Damaris Dantas, as I said, did not play. This team, I can get more into the game another time. I just wanted to point out and say that, wow, yeah, not everybody can stay. And Bree Hall and Jillian Alleyne were the first to find that out. So what are your thoughts if you've watched both games and even maybe in the footage, a little bit of footage we got to see during training camp? Are you in agreement with those who are not so certain Brianna Turner will make the team? What do you think about Yvonne Ejim? What are your thoughts about Jaylen Brown? And Michaela Timpson, of course. I'm sticking with saying that Michaela Timpson will make this team, but will there be another switcheroo? I said Brianna Turner would make the team. Maybe she won't. Who would take that spot? Ejim? Jaylen? What are your thoughts? It's been fun. The preseason games, and I'm going to cover more of that later, but I did want to announce, and in case you hadn't heard, and give you my thoughts about the fact that the Indiana Fever cut Jillian Alleyne and Bree Hall. Although I imagine Bree Hall and Jillian Alleyne are not feeling great about being cut from the team. Obviously, this is their dream to play. It's just so amazing that they had this opportunity. I'm sure it was a blast for them, and I'm sure that they're proud of themselves for what they did, what they managed to do. And the story is not over yet. Who knows what happens if another team picks them up, if this team decides to grab one of them. We just don't know, but it's not the end of the story. It's exciting for them to have this opportunity. It probably doesn't feel really good right now, but it could be just the start of something great for Bree Hall and a restart for Jillian Alleyne, who's already played professionally. So kudos to these ladies for going for it. And I look forward to seeing where their journey takes them. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.